Hey, what's up guys, Ayeeshanii. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You've been here before. Hello. And today's video is one of my, can I say highly requested videos? But it's one of my highly requested videos, which is how I film and edit my videos. So, before we hop into this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below whatever you want, and subscribe because why not? And let's hop into the video. First, let's talk about how I film my videos. So the current camera that you are looking at in all my other videos, the camera that I use is the, if not, y'all gonna see it, yo. That's the camera I've been using since I started my whole YouTube career. Pros and cons about this camera: it's a good quality once you have good lighting. It's easy to use once you do the settings right. Only one or two bad things about this camera is, in my opinion, the mic doesn't really catch everything. Sometimes when it needs to focus, which I think all cameras does this, but when it needs to focus, it does this clickering sound, and which in the mic it could catch it. And the other con about this camera is it doesn't have a viewfinder, so sometimes I can't really see how I look. Second thing I used to film, which almost everybody uses to film, is a phone, an iPhone. In my opinion, all iPhones take good videos. You could have like a 5S and that shit will still be good, especially the back cameras are way better in my opinion. Now we're going to talk about what I use to edit. So I use 3 specific softwares or apps. We're going to talk about Filmora X. Okay, Filmora X is the primary thing that I use to edit my videos. I've been using that since, like I said, my YouTube career started. Pros and cons. Pros is it's easy to use if you're a beginner. It has green screen, because when it comes to different transitions that you could download on YouTube, green screens are a plus. The cons of it is obviously you have to invest in it. Yes, you're gonna have to pay for it. It's like about $70 for it, but you're gonna get it like for, not like for a lifetime. Like you don't have to continually paying it monthly. And the second con is that you're going to need a computer to edit. Like I use a PC to edit my videos. So yeah. Next app we're going to talk about is Velo. Is it Velo or VLO? I don't know. Velo is something I just use if I'm editing on the go, like if I'm gonna be editing while I'm like in a car or something. This is an app you use on your phone. Pros is that it's easy to use, has green screens, you know, all in typical things. Cons of this is that you have to pay for certain features, which me personally, I have not paid for them because, like I say, I don't use that to edit my videos often, only when I'm going somewhere. Next app we're going to be talking about is After Effects. After Effects is what I use especially for special effects. That's why it's called After Effects. Adobe After Effects. Cons of it is it's a monthly fee of $20 and it takes a lot of learning. Like it takes a lot of learning. You have to learn the software in order to use it. I only know like 35% of the software, hence why I don't use it often, and I only use it for special stuff that I want to use. Now let's talk about the primary software that I use, Filmora X. Okay, so now I will be showing the basics in what I do when it's time for me to edit. So now motion tracking is basically when you can, I think it's self-explanatory, you could have a certain object or certain someone and it would track everything about it and you could put certain things on it. So I just have a video here as a testing thing. I'm gonna tap the clip, double click it, press motion tracking, and then it tracks anything right here. You put where the cross is at, like the certain point where you want it to, and then you press start tracking. And basically after it did that, you're gonna choose whatever you want it to track. It could be anything, honestly. It could be a text, for all we care about, you know, nothing special. Now when it comes to the text, you're gonna have to try to make it get into the box. Like, it cannot be outside of it, or else it's not gonna look too clean. And then you press, double click it, you press this drag down thing here, and then you press default title, and it follows wherever you want it to go. Keyframing is basically, you know, you could have your thing to move however you want it. So first you go in animations, customize, then you press this add button, and then you do whatever you want to it. You could do zoom ins. Basically, this is how I just do mine. You can make it move, and you could play around with it. You can make it move with head movements, you know, all those type of things. It just depends on how you want it and how creative you can get with it. Next thing, we're going to talk about green screen, which everyone kind of needs to use. So I have a simple green screen here that I got from YouTube. So you add your green screen over the clip, then you press this icon here which says green screen. You click it and you play around with the settings for it to look clear as possible, and that's how it looks. Next thing we're going to talk about is transitions, which is right here on top. It has different transitions, but I have a favorite sections which shows all of the transitions I use so I don't forget. So basic transitions, it have different ones you could choose from, whichever one makes you happy. Next we have text and titles. Now, like I say, I have a heart. It has many ones to choose from. It just depends on your preference, but I use the default one. Use the default, and then you go in advanced, and there's different settings here. You know, you control it to how you want it to be, different settings, and they have all types of fonts you could choose from. Next we have effects. So this is what I use to add certain stuff. Now there's certain effects that I use often is square blur, which blurs out the video. It has face off, which if you want to use it to blur out people's faces, it has that. I'm gonna search chaos, and this is what I use to do different types of shakes or whatever, you know. This is something I use a lot when it's time for me to like make intros for certain people. Different ones you can choose from. You just play with the settings, all those type of things, you know. Now exporting, for like, to make sure exporting is very, very easy. When it's time to export, I just go in settings, set my quality to best, and it has different types of settings here. I make sure to put my frame rate to 60 frames per second, bit rate, you know, the higher the better, I guess. I don't know, to be honest, but like, this is what works for me, especially when I have different green screens on my videos, for it to be as clear as possible. I set my videos to MP4 because it's way better instead of putting a WMV. I don't even know what the fuck that means, honestly. And then I export it, and then that's basically it. Easy peasy. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below whatever you want. If you have some questions, feel free to ask them. I will answer them. You know, I'll try to answer them. Or you could contact me on my social medias, especially Instagram. That's where I'm most active. If y'all know that I have an Intros by Shanii page, Instagram page, that's where I do people's intros and outros and banners. That page is going through a rebranding, and one new thing I will be adding to that page, one of them is editing school and editing class. So I will be having an editing class soon. It will be starting next year. So I give you the basics, everything you need to know when it comes to editing YouTube videos, anything that you want. It's a class, it's not expensive either. I got you. So yeah,